the other one come in this giant box?
No, I was gonna explain that.
Oh, sorry.
It's fine.
I just don't remember it, and I feel like I would have remembered something this gigantic.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I don't think anybody that's received this has fully explained. This is a media kit.
Yeah.
So this is for content creators of some sort in media.
It's giving Fast and the Furious vibes.
A little bit. It's a cool box though, I will say that. The outside is cool. It's the inside that's like super cool. So if you look at all of this stuff, obviously there's all of this James Harden stuff, which, you know, that's cool and everything. But if you turn it all the way around, that's what I'm talking about right there. This is cool. I love this. I wish that this just came like on a card or something. But yeah, I'll take this anyways. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown on these bad boys right here. This is a brand new colorway, technically the launch colorway of the Harden 9, at least in terms of the US launch. So if you guys watched our previous Harden 9 video, that was the international launch. So that was a overseas exclusive. It was for Lunar New Year and all of that kind of stuff. These guys right here are the US's or everyone else's like first launch. These are kind of interesting because I thought they were chrome. Every time I saw these, they're not. They're like a weird, I don't know if it's pewter or kind of like champagne-y. Like what, how would you describe this?
They still look silver to me.
Look at them closer. You're in the dark, turn the light. Okay, turn the light on.
They're like a dull silver.
I would still say it's kind of like, they're supposed to be the color of the sole.
Yeah,
it's not
but
silver,
they're not.
But they are.
They're not.
They are. But either way, here they are. I think that these are pretty freaking cool looking. This is one of them shoes where when I first saw them, I was like, oof, man, they keep getting weirder and weirder. And then the more that you look at them, you're like, yeah, I fucking like that. Like, I think that we need this in footwear right now. We need stuff that looks weird and cool. Just stuff that is not so copy and paste.
Bingo.
But the media kit came with this little thing right here. It says V9 on there. It says you could put on a fit with them and look fly at dinner or rock them on the court and drop 40. I don't know who's going to do that, but I will say that they do look pretty cool. Would you like me to wear these out? Would you?
No, please don't.
No. Wow. Okay.
Actually, I don't care what you wear out.
That's how a real one should be, is that it doesn't matter. I always hear that in the comments and stuff being like, oh, if I did this, my lady would, and I'd be like, bro, that's a red flag. If she doesn't like you for you and only for what you wear, leave quickly. Anyways, as far as this shoe is concerned, I have been playing in the Year of the Snake version, and I like a lot of aspects of them. There's a couple of things that I will warn you guys about, the first of which is the traction. On perfectly clean floors, this stuff works great. Like, this is just like a great setup. A little bit of dust though, and they're like, nah bro, we good. That's the one thing, you gotta keep them clean, and that just kind of sucks. On top of that, the traction for whatever reason doesn't work on every court. So one of the courts that I play on is our like local rec center right here, and they have, it's not real wood, it's like vinyl, but it looks like wood. And I typically don't even have problems on that court ever with any shoe. It's just kind of like, yeah, I could grip to it, it's no problem. These on the other hand, for whatever reason, just slip city. I don't know why, but it just does not like that vinyl floor. But if it's actual hardwood, you're good to go. Just keep it clean and you should be fine. I would not take these outside whatsoever. This is just a really thin outsole. All the grooves are very, very thin. So if you wear this outside, you're gonna burn through it super fast. One thing you can't see, at least not very well on this colorway, you can see it better on the other one, but they do have the X torsion plate on there, which I think is great. So you've got torsion support this way, but you got spring. Man, these are stiff. You got to break them in. But yeah, they got spring in the forefoot and everything like that. Once you get them broken in a little bit, they feel better. They do feel fairly stiff at first because of the way that this is all set up. It's a double last. So that basically means that the midsole is wrapped inside the upper and the outsole, very much like an Air Foamposite. And the reason for doing something like that is that it gets your foot closer to the footbed and keeps it there. So it's like ultimate lockdown. At least that's the concept. Sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. It really depends on what that upper is made out of. When we're talking about Foamposite material, it works beautifully. When we're talking about this type of material where they've all been pretty much synthetic so far, it also works really well. So no complaints from my end on that point. The internal or the guts of the upper is pretty simple. It's just like the last two, so the 7 and the 8s. They've got this internal booty sleeve. It's the same exact thing in there, and I think that it works fine. I actually kind of like that it's been similar, so if you've loved it in those previous two models, then you're gonna like it here. I'm indifferent. I don't love it or hate it. I just think that it works well. And then the internal lacing system that they got going on really reminds me of the Air Jordan 14 and 15 shoe that we actually just talked about, the 15. So that's what this reminds me of. Actually, can I grab them real quick? like, right? They're kind of like in the same realm of things. And I don't know if this was inspiration for this, but this is cool, man. I like that this style is back. Now the cushioning is something that I think is great on this particular shoe. It's very similar to the previous two where we've got boost in there. It is full length. They call it light boost now. So if you guys have been playing in the Anthony Edwards one, then similar stuff. By similar, I mean the same. It's the same stuff. And it feels great underfoot, man. It feels nice and bouncy, but not too bouncy. You know what I'm saying? That's, again, something that is a positive with having something double lasted like this. So if we're comparing this again to something like the Foamposite where they've got a ton of cushion in there, full length zoom, double stacked in the heel, could kind of feel unstable at times, but it doesn't because everything's wrapped up together and then your foot is clamped on top of it. It's great. On top of all of that, I love that the graphic in here with all the design stuff actually shows the light strike in there, because I think that was one of the things that I was talking about in the last one where I was like, I don't know how it's implemented. I'm kind of assuming that it's a wrap around the boost, so it's like keeping it caged, even though I thought that was a little weird because again, it's a double lasted midsole, so it's already kind of caged, but it also makes sense because if it was boost and then you stepped on it and it was not caged, like you would see it flex and bow out, and it does not do that. So I thought that it was great that I can actually visually see that the light strike is a full-on boost cage for the boost that's internal, and I think that that's sick. And just like the past colorway, they do have the faux carbon fiber little piece right there. Some people love it, some people hate it. Whatever it does to you, let me know down below in the comment section. In terms of fit, they do fit true to size, so whatever you usually wear in your Hardens, that is exactly what I would order. The 7s, the 8s, and now the 9s, I've been a 9 all the way through, so no issues with sizing, which is usually an issue with Adidas. So whatever you typically wear, again, that's exactly what I would get. These right here, the only thing that I will say that I haven't loved so far is right here at the top of the collar, and it's only been on my right foot, so I don't know why, but this right here digs into my foot on like certain movements and it's not comfortable. I wear super thick socks. Actually wear the best socks in the game. And even with those on, it hurts. And yes, the insole is this piece of shit right here, just like it was on the last one. Nothing fancy, nothing special. You could swap it out for anything else that you like, or you can leave it in there and call it a day. And with all that being said, what is today's question of the day? User submitted, usually, unless she takes over. Have you done that yet?
Not today.
Okay.
I believe we've already gone over favorite X-Men characters.
Okay, hold on. Give me a second to switch gears. We're going comic book now?
Yeah. So, but this time we each have to choose which X-Men or X-Woman character we would be.
We haven't done this already?
You've like gone over like your top 5 favorite, but that's different than you being like, this is who I'd want to be.
And when we're talking about who I'd want to be, we're talking literally.
I guess so.
Like I would be Cyclops, or I would be Wolverine with their backstories and everything, or I would be me with their powers.
I guess you'd be you, but with their powers.
Okay, because that's a different answer.
No, I know. Not like who you identify as, because I feel like, you
No,
know, when we
I
watch
get that.
things and I'll be like, oh, they're very similar to you, or oh, but, you know, that doesn't mean you want to be that.
Right. So if we're just going with like whose powers I'd want, that's a hard one. And this will probably be my answer, but Wolverine. But that's the one thing, it's like the adamantium's not part of the package, but is it? And if I have Wolverine's powers, I would want the adamantium, even though it's not good for him long term, but you can't beat like real claws. You know what I mean? The bone claws are cool and everything, but like the adamantium claws are badass. So I would want that, the healing factor, there you go. But at the same time, like if we're going like, and you remove adamantium, it makes Wolverine's powers kickstart into like feral mode. I don't want to be that one. That's what I'm saying. Like it really just kind of depends. I would love to have Magneto's powers. I would also love to have Iceman's powers. I would love to be able to bamf like Nightcrawler, but I don't want to smell like my ass after I do it. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be blue either.
Ah, Chris was here.
So, right, you know what I mean? Like I'd be like, man, and I don't want to have a tail or anything. So it's like, is that part of the power or is that just part of his mutation? You?
I wouldn't want to be an X-Woman. Like I was thinking about what power I would want.
Like in general?
I would want to go over and be like Mantis from Guardians and just give everybody chill vibes. Calm down. It's cool.
She's an alien though.
I know, but if I could have some kind of weird powers, that's what I'd want to do.
But that's not answering the question.
Yeah, but it's part of like a superpowers. Like what we would have.
Ask the question again. What was the question?
It was, what X-woman would I choose? And I am choosing, I just want to go over to this team and have that power instead. So if there's an X-woman who has that type of vibe, then that's what I would want.
Well, there's not, but there is Jean, but that comes with its own set of issues. You can calm people with that.
Okay.
It's just that you're hearing it all the time, and can you control it or not? You know what I'm saying? Plus she's got the Phoenix Force in there, and that sucks, unless you can control that, and most people can't, even her. But yeah, that's interesting.
Why?
Because you broke the question. Normally you're like, no, answer the question.
I mean, at least I gave instead of just being like, no, I don't want to, I'm not playing.
I'm just saying, I have been forced to answer the questions.
Well, you helped me answer mine.
Why?
Because you helped come up with a character for me.
You could do White Queen.
Is she the diamond chick? Okay.
But what about you guys? If you could pick any X-Men or X-Women's power set, what would they be? If you wanted to give me a small list like I did, then go for it. Even though I don't know if mine counts as small, I'm just saying there's so many cool things to choose from. And on top of all of that, what do you think about the Harden Volume 9? Do you own a pair yet? Have you played in them? How do you feel? Do you feel the same way that I do with the traction and maybe this collar issue that's been digging into my ankle? Sound off below and let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. We'll catch you guys in the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.